All right, Matt Wintz, we're going to get hot, hot, hot again.
Yeah, again. We're doing it again. And, perfect timing. First day of summer tomorrow.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, does Mother Nature always follow suit? No, but tomorrow she will. So that's the good news. We are going to be hot tomorrow, as Laura mentioned, not the humidity that we had last week. That's the good news. So it's just going to be a hot summery day tomorrow. We'll get into that. But these are the longest days of the year tomorrow. I mean, they're all 24 hours. I get it. But in terms of daylight, tomorrow is our longest day of the year. Today, we gained another 4 seconds. That's it. Tomorrow, we gain less than a second. So you'll barely notice it. Probably didn't notice it today, but we do hang on to those 9:04 sunsets. Those last through early July, and then eventually those will start to scale back. Our sunrises are actually getting later in the morning now. It's due to the Earth's axis and the tilt and all that, just messes it all up, so it's not symmetrical on both sides, but we'll have those 9:04 sunsets for about another week and a half or so. Tomorrow, beautiful start to the day. Sunshine, not as cool tomorrow morning. We'll be in the 70s. Notice we've got manageable humidity, but it will be hot tomorrow afternoon and evening. I think we top out in the mid-90s in the afternoon. The showers, we had them. We had lots of clouds today that flow out of the north. You can see some of those showers here this evening that went through areas of Ashtabula and Trumbull County. And then you notice that we tested you guys on Thursday. You nailed it. This is another batch of mayflies that have, waken up from their slumber this evening, and they're heading out over the lake. Those will be prevalent over the next couple of weeks as we continue to track them on radar if they're thick enough, and they certainly are tonight. You notice the flow, though, everything kind of going up and around, kind of an interesting flow to see things coming out of the north. Well, as we expand the view, we've got a very undulating jet stream across the country. It goes way down out west, way up in the central plain states, and then down again in the east. When you have this, you have extreme. You have very cold air, relatively speaking, for this time of year. They've got snow in the Rockies out towards the west. We've got record heat in the plains. They hit 100 in Minneapolis today. And then we've got the cool air we had over the weekend, right? So we get these big changes, and that's going to allow us to go from the 40s that we had Sunday morning well into the 90s tomorrow afternoon. Like nothing happened, because it's all about where the jet stream is, and boy, is it different from one side to the other. You notice the heat even to this hour. They're at 92 in Minneapolis. Notice the 80s out towards the plains. That's what we get into tomorrow. But in terms of humidity, we've still got pretty dry air. The real thick, nasty humidity is in that dark green. And you notice how it's nowhere near us. So it's not going to be that humid tomorrow, albeit it will be hot, though. So let's take a look at some of the numbers. Here's your temperature. Here's your feels like temperature with your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. We'll have clear skies tomorrow morning, clear skies throughout the afternoon, but you notice the temperature and the heat index kind of match each other for the most part, maybe a degree or two warmer. That's because we will have fairly dry air in place. It won't be that humid. Here comes our cloud cover as we get into tomorrow evening. This is a precursor of what's to come on Wednesday with the frontal boundary that'll move in. You notice temperatures don't fall a lot tomorrow night. We'll likely stay in the 70s, so kind of muggy as that moisture begins to increase. And then our one chance of storms during the week this week is tomorrow. It doesn't look good. May have some leftover showers. It depends on where these fire up. Do they fire up towards Akron with this frontal boundary or further south? I think many of us may miss out on a rainfall opportunity this week. In terms of the muggy meter, we get humid Tuesday night into Wednesday. Front passes. We go back to the dry air this weekend. We also go back to some dry air in terms of not a lot of rain falling out of it. Here's our chance on Wednesday. Notice how we dry things out across the Great Lakes Thursday, Friday, Saturday looks good, and then Sunday our next front comes in with a little quick hit of rain. That's about it. But in terms of rainfall, we don't have a lot forecasted, so things, as I mentioned last week, are going to continue to dry out. Need to water the garden. In terms of drought, we don't have it yet. All the drought out towards the west, they're getting beneficial rain with the monsoon out there, but I would keep an eye on this. I think we may go, portions of the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley, we may go into an abnormally dry situation here over the next couple of weeks. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecasts. We get back to the sunshine by Thursday and Friday. More heat for the weekend on Saturday, Laura, but Sunday with that chance of storms will knock us back down to the 70s, and very seasonable as we head to the end of June. Laura?
Looks like a summertime forecast to me, Matt Wintz. Thanks.
It is.
It is.